Hello, you guys. Hello, you guys. I'm going to wait. I just came on a whim because I wanted to get on. I got some downtime with you guys. Well, how is everybody doing? I'm going to wait and start giving everybody the opportunity to start getting the notifications. I see True Aquarius. I see Leo. Shout out to you guys. It's hot today. It is hot. I thought I was gonna be in my office today because I got some new office furniture coming in, and it has been delayed. So that's cool because I ain't really have a whole lot to do today, and I did not want to have to go and sit over there. Hey Mika, hey pretty hair. I made a post on Facebook about those missing children in Ohio. It's very sad. This is reality, a state of emergency to me. Absolutely. You notice that they go from state to state doing this. They'll do it in one state because you know what's happening in Memphis. Remember all those black children? I did a video on it. Was missing, going missing, and then they'll do it in Missouri. They'll go lie dormant. Then they'll move to another state. That's because it's a human trafficking ring. You still got that baby? No, I don't have the baby today. Thank the Lord. She's with her mother. I wanted to talk about two things today. Hey TB21. Did I speak to you, Mika babe? Did I say Miss Sherry, Jeff, TB21? I'm gonna give some more people the opportunity to start getting the notifications because sometimes they go out kind of late. Shout out to everybody. It is hot. It is hot. I had wanted to go walking. I'm gonna have to wait until the sun goes down. Yes, human and sex trafficking. Absolutely right. Y'all, it's people do some horrible stuff to humans and to animals. Y'all, I was looking at something the other day. It made me start crying. I immediately started sign up and started giving to the humane society. It is sickening what they do to dogs and cats in Indonesia and those Asian countries, y'all. If y'all saw how frantic and how they I don't even know how I was able to look at it, but I can't get it out of my head. But it popped into my. I was just on YouTube and it somehow was on the side. I love animals and stuff so much. I just like even when they try to domesticate like these big animals, like I love lions and I love whales and stuff like that. Like I get mad that they kidnap the whales and take them to Water World. They go into a depression when they are, just consistently swimming in circles, and they kidnap those whales and take them to make money to a Water World where they end up getting depressed and dying because they're supposed to be able to be out in the ocean and things of that nature. Humans are very sick. A lot of humans are just I don't know what's going on. Um y'all make sure you hit the like button, but I'm very I just feel a certain way about that. And the way the dogs cry when those Asians tie them up like they tie them up, y'all, they skin them alive. Oh, I don't know how they do it. If an animal cries, I wouldn't even want to eat it. They set them on fire alive. They said the animal is best if you boil it alive. And they just be crying. The dogs. They sick. They sick people. Okay. Hey, Cecilia. And I know a lot of us grew up on pork and beef and stuff like that. Um, I don't really eat pork. Sometimes I have to say, because I'm honest. If I see some of that peppered bacon, it's this peppered bacon I like, I might get it. But I really got into like eating chicken bacon, but I'm getting away from that too. But when I found out that pigs, when they see another pig killed, it scares them so bad that they release a hormone in their body that causes cancer in the human body. So if pigs have feelings like that, like I didn't know that they made gummy bears out of skinning pigs alive. And I love gummy bears. Lord have mercy. Anyways, we ain't gonna. When I want to, Remy, stop. Remy didn't like hearing about that either. Remy, sit down. I wanted to talk about Memphis needs a new leadership. Y'all know that a lot. Well, there is an election. I'm gonna just talk about that for a few minutes. There's an election going on. The city elections are in either, I get it mixed up, either October or August. Okay, and there are a lot of Did I see Cypress coming here? Hey, Cypress. He said can't eat another gummy. A lot of people don't know that. And it's an election going on, and I think what has happened, and I know what has happened in the city of Memphis is that, when Memphis was dominated by whites, people felt like it was bad. The black communities was not getting anything. They was hijacking the black community and things of that nature. Well, so what people started doing was there were leaders that actually started to rise up and say, don't vote based on race. Don't vote based on race. Start voting based on start voting in black people that's going to help the black community because they can identify with the black community and things of that nature. And that's what started to happen. There started to be a group of people, starting with the Fords, to start rising up in politics. But the thing about it is, and I think it happens in every city and state in the black community, when black people start voting for politicians, uh, we become very content in voting either based on race or voting based on name recognition, even if that person has not done anything for the community. And I think that is the reason why the Memphis community is in the state that it is in now, because of the Memphians consistently voting based on name recognition or based on race. And those people have not done anything for the community. Now, we know with the police department, we had a mayor. Okay. He's running for mayor again. He was a mayor for many, many years. Jeff, how long was W. Harrington? How long was Dr. Harrington the mayor? For like 18 years? And after he left, well, they basically forced him out. There was some stuff going on with the FBI. Jeff, do you remember exactly what was going on but he resigned, but I think it is because the FBI had got at him so tough, he had to resign. And once he resigned, the FBI dropped whatever it is they had going on. So they forced him out, basically. And now he's running again. And so when Willie Harrington 17 and a half, okay. How did you like Willie Harrington as the mayor? I'm interested in knowing how you felt about that. And so when Willie Harrington was the mayor, I have to say Willie Harrington took care of the police department. He made sure that there was they chose the cream of the crop, and he made sure that they did what they were supposed to do as it relates to crime. Right? He took care of the fire department, because if you have you take care of your workers will take care of you. Right? They'll make you look good. And I know a lot of people are not big advocates. Yeah, he ran for senator and lost too for the police department, but I mean, I just feel differently. I know that there are some bad apples in every bunch. Okay, but as far as the police department is concerned, I do believe we need the police department now. When all of this stuff started happening, I it a lot of this crime started happening up under it started happening, I'll say, around the time that Jim Strickland and Mayor Wharton came in, okay? Because who was Wharton's police director? Was Tony Armstrong Mayor Wharton's police director? Yeah, Tony Armstrong was Mayor Wharton's police director. And then when Jim Strickland came in, he did not fire Tony. But I remember Janice Fully Love coming onto my show. You remember Councilwoman Fully Love and telling exactly Tony resigned as police director, and she told the whole story about what had happened. She said that Mayor Strickland did not fire Tony, but he didn't want him, so he did not show him any respect, right? And so she kind of gave the whole lowdown of what happened with that. And Tony was a nice guy. I remember when Tony worked in robbery. Tony was a very easygoing, sweet guy, right? Because Tony and Michael Rollins worked in robbery together. That is when I first knew them. When I first started working for the police department, they were very nice. Michael Rollins was, I was pregnant, and they was just very sweet to me. Michael Rollins would come around there and talk to me all the time. That's how we became, very good friends. Jeff Lee says Tony went to St. Jude. Right, Tony went to St. Jude, and so, and he's making more money than he was making as a police chief. And so then what happened was when Tony left, uh, he Jim Strickland, he temporarily put Michael Rollins there. Well, we all know Mike was, good for the job. Mike had a lot of experience. He was at the gun range he was at the academy when I was there. Mike knew the job. We love him. I love Mike, right? He's a great guy. And so Mike knew the job, right? And so I don't think that Jim Strickland had wanted to make Mike permanent. But I'm gonna tell you what happened. The reason that Jim Strickland made Mike permanent, he went ahead and made Mike permanent. When they did that walk, I forgot what it was. It wasn't a riot. It was when they was on the bridge. Okay, we all know that the state troopers is up under. Hey, we winning. We all know that the state troopers is up under the governor. So Mike Rollins, the governor, they was blocking the bridge, and so the governor, the Memphis Police Department didn't want any problems. The sheriff's office didn't want any issues, but they did not want like a riot, which it wasn't. But they was blocking the bridge, and it's a lot of money and stuff. A lot of things come over that bridge, right? And people could not get to or from Memphis on that Arkansas bridge. And so what ended up happening was Michael, because the governor, that same governor that they keep on electing, okay, I believe that was him that was in there. He was elected at that time, said to the state troopers, because they was hanging all on the bridge, they wouldn't get off the bridge. Right. He stopped Mike went down there and said he stopped the city from being burnt. And what people didn't know was the governor told the state troopers to go down there and start taking down anybody. Okay. Start taking people down, talking about the people that was rioting. Mike Rollins knew about that. Mike Rollins went down there and Mike Rollins asked the governor, let me handle it, because he didn't want to see bodies dropping. He didn't want to see the state trooper taking people down, state troopers, because they would have been given an order by the governor. Mike, the police director, nor the sheriff controls the state troopers. The governor does. And so he went down there and he stopped the city from being burned down. Everybody fell in love with Michael Rawlins. Okay. And then Jim Strickland still didn't want to make him a permanent. He still kept him as interim. And that's when black people stood up and said, this man stopped our city from being burned. He's got many years of experience. We want you to make him a permanent police director. And they finally did. Now, Michael Rawlins is military. Michael Rawlins, he was a sergeant in robbery. He had many years on the police department. Michael Rawlins, when people say, well, crime was out of control up under him, you have to understand, if Mike goes to if go he has to report to the mayor. If the mayor says if Mike has an idea, because Mike came from that time when there was COAC and community policing and things of that nature, it was effective, right? It was very effective. And then they started to rid of stuff like that. Mike was around when they did the jump and grab squads and things of that nature, which they started changing the names, to like up under Davis, it's Scorpion Unit or some other. Now, but they have like little teams that they form for specific areas, and then they kind of dismantled later on. But Mike couldn't do what he wanted to do, okay? Because Jim Strickland, whenever Mike would try to be effective, right, Mike was stressed out, okay? Whenever he tried to be effective, or he can't, he got a plan out. Well, Mayor, I would like to do this. I think this would help the crime. The mayor, who is a damn lawyer, he shot it down just like he did with Tony Armstrong. He didn't want any effectiveness going on. You know why? Because he got more. It benefits him and his colleagues that he's going to go right back over there to that law firm and work with, because he can't run for mayor no more. Okay, it benefits them when there is crime in the city, a whole heap of crime, as the old folks would say, a whole heap. Them lawyers making all the money, and that is what the mayor is. Just like with the mayor before him, that cuckabug head, he did just as worse as him. He did worse than him, AC Warden. But all of this crime and stuff was ushered in up under Mayor AC Warden, who didn't do a damn thing for the county. And because he was black people voted him in as the city mayor. Why y'all vote for AC Warden? He didn't do nothing for the county. Well, he's a black man, okay? That was the problem. He really messed up the city. He was owned by the power brokers, and so they told him to let crime get out of control, water down the police system, and crime got out of control so that they can make money, right? Because they're in bed with these private prisons. And you had a cuckabug head to do it. Very disappointing, because it disappoints me when black people sell out. It do. I can never get used to that. I don't get it when black people sell out to other races, right? It, especially with the condition that our people are in. Our people are hurting. I say that all the time. Our people are in a bad state. We're hurting. And it's a lot of our community. I know I be getting mad, but I have a passion for my community. It's a lot of people in our community that want to do better. They just don't know how to do better. Okay. Nobody is giving them the recipe. Okay. And then we elect these cuckabug heads, and they learn the recipe, but they're told, in order to get in office, you can't give your people the recipe, and they agree with it for some crumbs. It's sad. Right. And so then they'll say, well, it's out there. All they got to do is read up on it. How you know they don't know? How you know if they know how to read or not? Everybody don't know how to read, right? So a lot of our community's needs are not being met, and so you get other black politicians, because Memphis is saturated with mainly with black politicians at this point. So we really, I was going to say the power brokers are white, but Memphis is saturated with black politicians, and these black politicians, the black politicians in Memphis, is selling out the community. I see how differently it is in Mississippi. And people say, well, Mississippi racist, and Mississippi they don't have a lot of black politicians. They don't. Okay. And so they go, but they get results, and they're, because they don't care. They just want whoever the politician is, their area. They just want to make sure that area is right. Okay, we want to make sure we get this in our area, keep our area up, because they live in that area, and if you happen to be black and you live in that area, you're gonna benefit, right? So, but it's unfortunate that a lot of black politicians would go, in the Memphis area, regardless to what area they are over, they're hijacking. I found out that so much money come in to be dispersed out in the inner cities. And so what a lot of these politicians have done, and a lot of these black politicians is over it. And so they found a way to steal that. So what they do is they'll have a friend that has a nonprofit, and they'll say, well, the money came in and we're going to put this nonprofit over it. And this nonprofit is going to see to it that some people up under them get the money. I mean, they're all stealing the darn money. That's what's going on. And that's why I say there has to be new leadership, and that antiquated mindset has to be demolished, right? Because a lot of people look at newer faces and things of that nature, and they go, well, that person is young, and they ain't got no experience. Well, the person that you keep voting for, but before they was elected, they didn't have no experience. But I would rather continuously try somebody new rather than continuously elect someone that is not doing what they are supposed to do. We should not be continuously elected, and I'm talking about in any city or state, politicians that are not doing what they're supposed to do. And so that is one of the reasons why I always say that our communities are left behind, because as black people, we're not vetting, and then we're continuously voting based on popularity, name recognition, which would be popularity, and race. Okay. Jeff Lee says, who would you want to be mayor? I'm looking at about two. I'm looking at about two people that I would think would be good. That I think would be good. Mayor Harrington, if he had a firm hand, and we didn't, and crime was not out of control in Memphis like it is at this point when Mayor Harrington was there. Now, if would he still have those practices that he had before? I don't know, because things change. We're dealing with a new generation, so you got to have a new floor plan, right? But the thing of the matter is, somebody got to be firm on this crime, on keeping them locked up. Mike stopped the city from being burned. Who would you want to be mayor? Joe Brown said the city is his. Okay. Well, I like Joe Brown. I do. I like Joe. I think Joe would stop a lot of this crime. I'm going to tell you something. I think if Joe Brown won, Joe Brown is not going to play with these criminals. And I think the good thing about Joe Brown is he do believe in habilitation and rehabilitation. So I don't think that would be so bad. If you could get a person and talk to them and see if they want to be habilitated or rehabilitated, and give them a means and a way out. Okay, we're going to send you here. You finish this program, then we got a job for you. A lot of times when people start doing better, when they know that there's a way out and they can start doing better, they start feeling better. And you start to see a lot of this crime stop. Poverty ignites crime. Hey, rest in peace, young dog. Yeah, poverty ignites crime. And so I want a lot of these young dudes to, yeah, but I ain't like Godwin. Godwin was real dirty. But now he didn't play. He didn't play. He didn't play it all. Hey, Kimberly. So I think if we could get a mayor that's going to get a police director that's going to that he's going to allow to do the job. Now, if you ask me, I would love for Michael Rollins to come back and with there to be a different mayor that's going to let him implement the things, but I know he wouldn't dare come back. Mike don't want to come back. Mike tired. And after you work somewhere, and Tony is making, I think, 2 times at the St. Jude than what he was making for the Memphis Police Department as the director over there. I don't think Tony would want to come back. It's less stress and more money, right? Hey, Tamra. Hey, Yam. But definitely, it's going to take a mayor who believes in allowing the police chief to fight crime. Okay, it's going to take that. You guys, make sure you hit the like button as you come into the room. But Memphis needs new leadership, giving somebody a chance with innovative ideas, that's firm, know what they're doing, have ideas on what to do. I think the first thing is to do something about this crime. And what these politicians need to be trying to do is make sure they should be trying to hold on, you guys. Yeah, they need to be trying to. Hey, DJ Robs. They need to be trying to make sure this they get the crime under control in Memphis, and it's going to take a good police chief. See, with CJ Davis, a lot of people get mad at CJ Davis, but I'm not mad. I'm if I have an issue with CJ Davis for one thing, CJ Davis is not the reason for crime being out of control. Crime was already out of control. Crime became out of control up under AC Warden and Jim Strickland. They're the reasons for it. Because Jim Strickland was at the city council and he was making bad decisions and backing AC Warden on everything, then stabbed him in the back and got his job as mayor, right? And Jim Strickland went and got a female black police chief nobody had ever heard of in the Memphis area. She didn't apply for the job, y'all. You remember that, Jeff Lee? She didn't even apply for the job to begin with. They closed it. She didn't apply for the job. So then everybody knew it was a mess in the game when he opened the job back up after he had interviewed everybody and the job was closed. He opened it back up just to interview CJ Davis, right? And then everybody knew it was a mess in the game. Okay. Somebody told Jim Strickland to hire CJ Davis. And I think they told him to bring CJ Davis in because CJ Davis would be easy to control. And she knew how to pander to the media. Okay. She was going to do exactly what they said. And so that's the one problem I have because CJ Davis is a black woman. Now I was looking at what had happened with her in those other states, right? That she had been in. going to take the community to start telling on these thieves, and oh, absolutely going to take the community to start, and they have to feel safe enough to start telling on them. They got to feel safe enough, right? They got to know that these folks going to be convicted, and everybody that think they're going to be rocking with them to try to kill somebody, these folks going crazy. They think that they can kill either their competition or somebody because they say something to them. You play with my name because you had said my name. Okay, if you think you got to go do life. That's it. As a matter of fact, send them to the death chair. I bet you they'll stop. Right now, it ain't no repercussions. That's how they want it, because it's happening directly in the black community. If it was happening out Germantown and Collierville and Bartley got their own police, they don't let them come in there and do that. They're not going to do it. So that's why they don't worry about what's going on in the inner city of Memphis, because they know Bartlett, Collierville, and Germantown, they got their own police. Arlington, I believe Arlington got a police department. Okay. But with CJ Davis, the issue I had with CJ Davis as a black woman is she knew that they hired her to be a bobblehead. Okay. Let's just bob her head, whatever they say, bobble, back and forth. Okay. And as a black woman, I have a problem with that. You let these Caucasian men pull you in to be a bobblehead just for some money. Okay. And he ain't got no issues because CJ Davis can't do nothing without his permission. So whatever has been done, it is because she had to get it approved through him, or he told her to do it, and he had no issues with them putting all the blame on the black woman. When they want to do something, they go get especially in a majority black city, they go put a black person as their top person because they feel like it would be less what's the word I'm looking, kickback, right? If it's another black person, they just do all their dirt through them. Okay. So I've never had an issue with it because I knew what the real issue was. I had an issue with him. Okay. I don't see how Strickland won a second term when he was running the first. I don't see how he won the first time. I'm gonna tell you how he won. He went out there and was on the basketball court with a lot of black kids. And I'm sure it was just for promotion. Jim Strickland can't play basketball. They say he played basketball in school. Somebody said they went to school with him. But we could look at him and tell he ain't played in 40 years. Okay. He can't run up and down no basketball court. But black people were so happy to see a white man out there playing basketball, child, with their kids. Okay. All right. Hold on. Yep. Right. I agree. So that's why I say Memphis has to have new leadership. Start giving newer faces an opportunity. That they might not have the backing behind them. That's a good thing. That means they ain't bought out, because you see people with a lot of money. They all on TV. They be able to get a whole lot of signs, and that means that they got a system. They got a machine behind them, which is usually the white power brokers. Okay. And so if the white power brokers fund their campaign, who are they going to have to be loyal to and do everything for when they get in there? The white power brokers. Okay. So I think we need to be very cognizant of that. That had been on my heart to talk about that, because it's time for it to be a turnaround and start holding people's feet to the fire. I'm tired of everybody feeling like, that they can just hijack the black community, because they know a lot of our people just don't understand or don't know. And if even if they do understand or know, we're so divided, there's nothing that can be done. So that's the reason why every other community works to keep our community divided, because they understand if we ever came together just like their communities come together, we will be a force to be reckoned with, right? So I mean, Memphis is 76% black. It ain't no reason why Memphis shouldn't be voting in any politician that they want. They can vote for anybody that they want, okay, and they'll win. But instead it's race, name recognition, because I wouldn't care if the person was white. If we got results, then from the white person and not the black person, I want the white person. I can't sit up and say I have a dream, I'm pro-black, and the black person ain't doing nothing but stealing, and that's it, and ain't doing nothing for the community. But the white person get in and is effective, and we see more for the community than we've ever seen. We're gonna sit up and talk about, well, we got to be loyal to the black people. Since that's an oxymoron, right? So that's why I say it has to be some new leadership. It has to be new leadership, and people got to get registered. That's something that I had wanted to do. I wanted to have a registration drive. I wanted to have a registration drive, but y'all know my dad had passed away, and that's something that he and I and my sisters had was working on at one time. So that's something that I'll probably there's a the county elections are coming up next year. I'll just make sure that I'm in a position to have one next year for the I believe the county elections are next year, because the county elections are always a year after the city elections, that I'm in a position to do that, you know, to do because a lot of people are not registered to speak to people about the importance of registering to vote and things of that nature, and getting them registered and then encouraging them to get out and vote so that there could be change. You want somebody that's gonna help to get jobs into the city. You start seeing good paying jobs and stop hijacking the jobs. See, when they see, the thing about it is what happens in the Memphis area is when people start when you hear these politicians say, well, up under when I was in office, I had helped to get this company here. Yeah, but as soon as they get them there, they hijack the jobs. I talk about Technicolor all the time. Like, Technicolor is a modern day slavery situation. Technicolor would normally pay about $20 or $21 an hour, but as soon as these companies come, these politicians allow their husbands or their wives or their friends or somebody that they know with a temporary service to post up in the job so that they can pay the workers that the least of the money, and the company don't have to pay them no benefits. That's hijacking the people. That is what is going on, and the politician get a kickback because they friend with the temporary service is going to give them a kickback for getting them the contract, and then the company gonna give them a kickback for helping them out, not having to pay for insurance and stuff for the employee. That's keeping black folks in bondage, and you got black people doing it, helping to do it. They the ones leading the pack. Okay, so that's why when I've ever interviewed politicians and they say, well, we helped to get this company here, I said, well, why is that temporary service up in there? Well, we bring the temporary services in so that the temporary services vet them first and do the background checks. I said, well, I got to investigate a company. I can do the background checks. How about y'all just pay them and make the company pay me to do the background checks? How about that? You having a black business? Tamra, I don't be playing with them. I don't be playing about it. Pay them folks what they deserve to stop this poverty. All right? And you got black folks doing it. Okay? DJ Rob says, "Tell me, you might call me cray cray, but I feel like Judge Joe Brown is exactly what the hell Memphis needs to try and restore some damn order. He knows what the hell is really going on. Yeah, he could restore some order because he ain't gonna play. And guess what? Judge Joe Brown ain't in bed with them private prisons, right? Although he would help them because he gonna send them straight to prison. It would help him out. But see, I'm gonna tell you what the private prisons want. The private prisons, this is where they wrong at. They're committing all of these atrocities on good black people. The private prisons have a plan. It ain't enough. It would be different if they wanted criminals that's out there doing hardcore crime. They don't want them. What they want to work with the judges to over sentence a man for that's got some weed, or for to over sentence them on a misdemeanor. That person got a family that loves them, probably has a job and some money stashed away, because they want somebody in jail in them private prisons that's going who's going to pay for commissary, that's got some money to pay for the phone, and that's got some money to pay for whatever it is that they could pay for in that private prison. If it's just any old low blow Joe on the street, the ones that's really committing all the crime, ain't got no family, ain't got no money, even though he out there a serial killer, they don't want him. They can stay out there, them niggas they killing anyway. He ain't got no money to buy nothing in this jail. So they want to over sentence a person that could be productive out on the street, that's got a family that's going to be consistently paying for lawyers to try and get him out. Okay? And paying for commissary and paying for telephone time. And all he did was sell a little weed. Ain't nobody got no business in jail for selling no weed, especially now, since it's legal. Okay? Joe Biden, when him and Bill Clinton, the president that y'all said was the first black president because he liked to screw black women. Okay, black folks, oh, he's the first black president. He liked black people, says, because he was like the slave master, like to screw the black women, right? Our people need some help, as I always say, with the mentality that we have, right? And so when they made that 3 strikes bill, it was made to put a lot of black men in jail that was selling drugs. Now, I'm not for selling drugs. Men don't go sell no damn drugs, okay? But it didn't make sense to me that they could sentence a man that was selling drugs to 30, 35 years, and a rapist and a murderer can get out in 5 or 10. It don't make no sense to me. And so Bill Clinton and Joe Biden and all of them came up with that 3 strikes bill. You got men that was doing life sentences for going to jail 3 times on traffic violations, and it still ain't been reversed. Right? They getting caught with weed. These men had jobs and stuff. You're going to sentence them to life, because what Bill Clinton wanted to do, he was trying to sentence these men to life because his brother was one of the biggest drug dealers in Arkansas, over there in Little Rock, about 2.5 hours from Memphis. So what he wanted to do was take the competition off of the streets so his brother could sell all the drugs, okay? And that's what happened. And black people didn't push up against that, and they had black cuckabug head preachers sitting at the table. We had a seat at the table with the king. Then the first thing they said, we had the black preachers in there, and they said this is what they wanted, so they can throw it all at the feet of black preachers, knowing a lot of them couldn't even read. They didn't even know what they was talking about. So now my plight is, Biden he's the highest official in the land. How come the men that's been selling weed ain't reverse it? It's legal. Let them men out of jail. They talk about the jail overcrowded. Let the men out that's in jail for selling drugs, okay? That's selling weed and stuff, and then put the men in jail that are serial killers. It'll be some room if they let them out, but they want them to be in jail because, they might have been productive. They want them to start them alternative lifestyles. They ain't got nothing against no gay person. But this is how they mess our people up. And all we got to do as black people is try and fight against each other. So that's why I say it ain't going to get no better until we do better. A lot of people call themselves like Joe Biden. I don't give a damn about him and didn't vote for him. because I knew he wasn't shit. And now look at how the economy is. Okay? The first thing Joe Biden did when he got into office, I'm a black woman, I know it, was he stripped every grant there was for minority businesses. I ain't telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I know. Okay? But he didn't strip it for the Asians. He didn't strip it for the Hispanics. You got more Hispanics now opening up beauty supply businesses than there ever was, when it should be the black people, because we're the number one consumers. But people don't want to hear that. I'm an angry black woman when I say that, right? Our people need some help. Yes, it was an envy more out of control too, or two unalived every other day. So sad. But Memphis need new leadership. Somebody that's gonna be hard on the crime. And it's gonna have to go back to the basics. These folks are gonna have to start instilling some type of self-worth in their children. Okay? They're gonna have to start instilling some type of values in their children. You're right, Chevin. They pay the officers less money now. Who gonna get out there and be risking their lives when these folks don't even care about they self? Sure did. All right. I made so much money when Trump was in office, it was ridiculous because it was money generating. Okay. He had that money circulating, and I ain't talking about no PPP loan. I'm talking about folks had money. My office, I was slumped over. I would be on, my business was booming so much, I'd be on the couch writing some notes. I'd wake up, my mouth would be wide open, and my computer on the floor. That's how tired I was because we was working 24/7. Them lawyers was making money. Everybody was making money. It was generating. Okay? So, Jeff Lee, I don't know what to tell you. When folks say Trump is prejudiced, Biden is too. Tell him let them black men out of jail. How about this, Jeff? Biden helped to create that 3 strikes bill, and he got all them black men in jail for selling weed. Weed is legal to sell now. He the highest official in the land. Why don't he reverse that? Let them black men out of jail. They ain't got no business in jail. These were black men that was productive, could have been productive in society. They weren't out there killing folks. Tell Joe Biden with his senile ass to let them black men out of jail. Ain't no black man got no business in jail for selling weed, and it's legal. That's the first thing he should have did. He was a vice president and he didn't do it. He could have did it then. He the highest official in the land now. Before he go ahead and get dementia all over his brain, let them black men out. Or is it gonna take him getting dementia and forgetting how much he hate black people to let him out? Okay. Okay. Instead, he wants to jump on his soapbox. I'm raising a welfare. Don't nobody want no. These girls, why don't he? What? Listen. Oh, Lord, don't get me started. Okay? Because let me tell you something. People got mad at Trump because Trump said, look, I'll make money available for businesses. These girls will start nail shops and everything. They don't need no welfare. They don't need to stay on welfare but a year or two maybe, but I'll make money available for businesses so that they can be self-sufficient. Biden get in, I'm going to raise the welfare. So he want to keep black people in their place. So he stripped all the money for the black businesses and raised the welfare. That's a slave master. I don't care who get mad at me. I don't give a damn. He gonna give me one more cornbread. That's why I say our mentality got to change. I ain't get on here to fuss. Okay? Because I'm getting hot. I was doing good. I said I wasn't gonna fuss. Okay? But I'm gonna finish that by saying, tell Biden to free them black men that's in jail for life for weed and traffic violations. He helped to write that three strikes bill. You know why he ain't doing it? Because him and Kamala working on another one. They're going to get the rest of them that's out there. They still ain't said nothing about getting nobody for murders. They need to be locking them black men up that likes to commit murders. Instead, they want to put somebody in jail for life that's selling weed. And you know why they want to? Because they ain't paying no taxes on it. If the drug dealers was paying taxes on it, they let them sell crack and everything in your face. Okay. Anyways, y'all, let's talk about the kids and the children are missing in Ohio. Okay. The children are missing in Ohio. Hold on, y'all. That's a real that subject right there. It's some of these damn men that likes to kill women, likes to kill children, oversaturate the jail with them. I ain't scared of no drug dealer, no weed. Hell, when I was living in South Memphis, growing up in the hood, the drug dealers didn't mess with us. I'm not saying what they doing is right. It's wrong. They ain't mess with no kids. They wasn't killing nobody. Oversaturate the jail with these serial killers. Okay? Somebody who think they could go kill somebody because they say their name. You said my name, I'ma kill him. Them. Let them folks out that's in jail for life for selling weed. He don't want to do that. Instead, him and Kamala are trying to create another bill that's going to be worse than that three strikes bill to get the rest of the men that could be productive so that they can go to jail for life. And they got mamas and stuff who probably got some money put up. They got family that care about them that's going to pay for the telephone, pay for the commissary and all of that because they don't want a black man. The ones that's really out there killing, that's living out in the street, ain't got nobody because they can't pay for no telephone. Let that nigga stay out there in the street. He can't come to jail. He ain't got no money. Nobody cares about him. So that's an oxymoron. We don't want him in jail. So let him keep killing them because he in the black neighborhood anyways. But if it's a black man that's selling weed or a black man that defended himself because somebody tried to kill him, they get to looking at him, seeing all his family in court, the judge working with, some of them judges working with them private prisons. Oh, he's got a family. His family got all that lawyer cost. Judges know how much lawyers cost because they lawyers too. Oh, that's kind of an expensive lawyer. Oh, yeah, the private prisons can do something with him. Because his folks going to keep money on his books and he going to keep soap and toothpaste and phone calls and all of that. And that's a black man that could be out taking care of his damn family. Okay? The Congressional Black Caucus ain't never been worth a damn. A bunch of cuckabug heads. Okay? Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can find this. Hold on, guys. And Jeff, I'm not fussing at you either. Jeff Lee, I'm not fussing at you either. So don't you think that either. I'm not fussing at you. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Okay, you guys, here it is.
In Cleveland, Ohio, nearly 30 children have been reported missing in the area over a 2-week span in May. That's right, about 30 kids vanishing over a 2-week span last month. It's frightening. Between May 2nd and May 16th, 27 people under the age of 18 reported missing, according to the Cleveland police. And one local police chief hasn't seen anything like it before.
There's peaks and valleys when it comes to missing persons, but this year just seems to be like an extraordinary year. In my 33 years in law enforcement, this just seems like an unusually high number.
That's Newburgh Heights Police Chief John Majoy. He'll join us shortly. He also serves as the board president of the volunteer nonprofit Cleveland Missing, chairman of the Northeast Ohio Amber Alert Committee. He's dealing with these cases firsthand. One problem is that law enforcement isn't sure if these kids were trafficked, involved in gang activity, caught up in drugs. Doesn't help that Cleveland is one of the highest crime rates in the nation. The other problem is a lack of photos of many of these missing kids. If you look through Cleveland's missing persons page, you'll see many profiles with blurbs that say photo not available. These missing children's cases do not make the news unless they're Amber Alerts. Their stories and faces need to be shared, like on my show, On Patrol Live, which is on the Reels channel. We've helped return almost 20 people to their families by putting the word out. Joining me now is Newburgh Heights Police Chief John Majoy. Thanks so much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. It's 24 plus kids vanishing in a matter of 2 weeks. What's the theory on what's happening here?
I don't think there's one exact theory that's a boilerplate that's going to fit this. Some of them could be runaways. There's really no evidence of any abductions or reported abductions. But you really have to kind of draw attention to this because it is an alarming number. Being that it's springtime, school is over, the weather's getting warm in Cleveland area, and kids are just kind of running wayward a little bit. And it's an alarming number that's drawn a lot of attention to law enforcement, but also our organization is Cleveland Missing.
Why so few photos of these kids?
Well, that seems unusual, and my agency, we encountered that as well. And some parents, they just don't have photos of their kids. Maybe they're foster kids. Maybe they don't have the technology. There's just a number of reasons why. But this makes it really hard for law enforcement because it's a lot harder to look for a name than it is a face. And so having a face with a name is really, really important. And so this is why we encourage parents to have this current photographs of their children just in case.
And what are the parents telling you? I mean, are there parents that are concerned that these numbers are connected to one another?
I think that the parents are definitely concerned because of reporting them missing, but it also brings to question how many are missing that aren't being reported missing, which is also a concern. But the fact that they're reporting them is a good sign, and we're getting the word out there. Our organization of Cleveland Missing is helping these families in times of need. We're not an investigative agency; we're a supportive agency, so we support families in their times of needs. Our co-founders are Sylvia Colon and Gina DeJesus. Gina is a survivor of the Cleveland kidnappings. Sylvia is her cousin, and Sylvia served as a spokesperson during Gina's captivity, which was nearly 10 years. And so our organization is aimed to help that. And what makes us a unique organization and one of a kind is that we have members of our board, our co-founders, who know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to have a loved one missing. I've investigated dozens in my career, but I don't know what it's like to have a loved one missing. But we have people who do. And so we can provide that medium for families while law enforcement is chasing leads and trying to track these kids down and bring them home safe.
These numbers just seem frightening and startling. The idea that more than 24 in 2 weeks, you got to think that maybe they're connected, but it sounds like you're saying they really may not be.
Well, Cleveland's a fine city, but it's not immune to any other large metropolitan area that has its fair share of crime. And so, one of the things you're going to look at is that a runaway that's 13, 14, or 15-year-old may not have any identification with them, and they don't have any source of income. They can't go and apply for a job without identification. So, they may turn to the streets. They may turn to drugs or sex trafficking and many other things. And so it really does draw alarm to this whole problem.
All right. Chief John Majoy, thanks so much for coming on the program. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Like the show.
Yep.
Y'all, this is something. And they try to come up with excuses. I heard him say some of the parents may not have pictures of their children. I don't know any parent that don't have a picture of their child. Not one picture. I don't know of a parent that don't have at least one picture of their child. That's an insult, especially in this day and age of technology. And even a foster parent would have a picture of their child, if nothing else. The fact of the matter is they're Black children, and it never should have been gotten up to 30. Now that it's out of control, now they're saying some 30 Black kids in a matter of what they say 2 weeks. That's a lot of kids. Yeah, they're organ or sex trafficking. They're taking them kids and killing them for their organs and stuff. It's sad. It really is. It's sad what's going on. I wanted to thank you, Hero Fix TV, for the Cash App, and I need to thank somebody else. Sent me a Cash App, Miss Tracy, for the Cash App. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. But that's all that is. They allow that. I have to say they never would have allowed this number to get this big, especially in a 2-week span. That's a lot of kids in a 2-week span. If it was in any other community, they never would have allowed it. Now, it's going to be hard to, especially now that we know what's going on with children. Even when kids are in gangs, they're not voluntarily, they might stay out all night, but they're not voluntarily, staying away from home for weeks and weeks and weeks. These kids are being forced into human trafficking, or they're being killed for their organs. And it happens in every city. They'll do it in one city, like it was happening in Memphis last year when all them Black kids was going missing. They'll go dormant, and then they'll stop. And then they'll wait a month or so, and they'll start right back up and getting Black children in bulks in other cities. They move around because there's a human trafficking ring. And they know good and well that is exactly what's going on. And it's sad that they're able to get Black children now and infiltrate in the Black neighborhoods because they're having Black men and women to work with them to help them in this organ harvesting. Okay. And for those Black folks that's helping these human trafficking rings, these organ trafficking rings to get Black children and stuff, to the Black folks that's doing that, my only prayer is that they turn on you and cut your motherfucking kidneys and liver out and kill you. And then that'll stop a lot of this, because you're not going to see a whole lot of white people going into Black hoods themselves because they're going to stand out. Okay? So they're paying Black folks to do it. Okay? They caught some Africans in vans in Florida trying to snatch a girl. Oh my God. Ooh. That's sad. That's so sad. They're using young ladies and putting them into the sex industry. Okay. And like I said, a lot of these, because these black guys are working for bigger people. Okay, some of them think they pimps too. He said Jeff Lee came out the bushes on this here. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. I would appreciate that so much. Y'all, it's so many missing children. I'm telling y'all, what people are so inhumane now. They don't care what they do to humans, and they don't care how they torture animals. I'm telling y'all, it hurts me to see how they torture, even when they steal these kids and stuff, and they make them into sex slaves, and um a lot of they make them into they make them slaves, make them do labor, all this hard labor and stuff for them. Like it's just sad. It's so sad, y'all. It hurts me. Hey, Kimberly. And I think it's a lot of people need to look at a lot of people need to look at everybody needs to look at if their community is having a lot of crime and it's election season and that politician has been there a while, I think they should look at getting new leadership. Looking at getting new leadership. Yep. I thought I saw rest in peace young Dolphin here. Is he still in here? I think he came in here when I first came on and he left. Um they beat the heck out of those Marines trying to be pedos and wait a minute, where that happened at new to you? You said they beat the heck out of those Marines trying to be pedos and predators. What was that at? I know they doing a number on Jamie. I think it's like they initially said somebody was trying to kill Jamie. If Jamie, if he's blind and stuff like they're saying, somebody gave him something to try. They gave him some poison because poison will make you blind, the wrong kind. They tried to kill him. And if they can't kill him, they're gonna make sure his quality of life. It seems like whatever they gave him is messing with all his organs and stuff. If this stuff that we're hearing is true, they was intending to kill him. So I believe what's his name said when they first reported it. They were trying to act like he was crazy. Talking about Jamie Foxx called the police, his family, because he felt like they was trying to kill him. That's because he knew. Mm-hmm. Okay, he's not blind or paralyzed. Okay. I'm sorry for eating in y'all ear. I might be crunching. Jamie ain't innocent. They say he have gay parties as well. Oh, on. So why Diddy get mad at him? Everybody been talking about Diddy gay. Everybody been talking about Diddy. Everybody been saying that. Everybody, shoot. What was that man's name that used to do that car show, Pimp My Ride? I can't think of his name. He been saying it. Well, he been saying it. Did try to take him to the gay club. Him and Superhead. We know Superhead was down for anything though. Exhibit. Sure was. Who did Exhibit rap with? Because I don't think he rap no more. I liked Pimp My Ride. I liked it so much. Exhibit been said it years ago. The guy AJ came on Dr. Drew show and he was lying. Who is AJ? So Exhibit used to rap with Dr. Dre. Okay. AJ is some publisher. I mean, me personally, I believe Diddy prefer men. I think before it's all over with, that's what he gonna be with. He being with it anyways. You never heard about him treating the men worse than he treat the women. He loved the men. He made Farnsworth Bentley. That was his play toy for a long time. Then Farnsworth went on to marry him a woman. I guess Diddy said your contract up. You can go on. He had got his booty as much as he wanted to. But he made him rich. I guess Farnsworth is still rich. We don't see him no more. He was solo doctor. He was solo doctor producer. Okay. Oh my. Yeah, how is Crunchy Black Son doing? Has anybody heard anything about Crunchy Black Son? How is he doing? Has he been upgraded? I hate to see these young men be shot up and killed. I be hating to see them, make our community extinct because they gonna kill each other out. We ain't gonna have nobody to come behind us. The babies and stuff ain't gonna have nobody to teach them nothing. Cause all their mamas and daddies gonna be dead. So that generation that's coming behind these kids in their 20s gonna become totally lost. My little grandbaby's generation. Clive Davis allegedly Diddy girl. He put through. He posted yesterday. Now they said Diddy Clive Davis girl. Allegedly. He posted yesterday. Where is rest in peace, young dog fat? I guess he ain't in here anymore. I wanted him to give us some updates. These parents need to talk to their sons. It's them doing the shit. They know it. Yeah, they know it. These parents know exactly what their kids doing. They okay with it as long as they benefiting. As soon as their son get killed, they all on the news talking about, their son. They ain't have to kill my son. They already knew their sons was out here doing all this dirt and bringing it to their house. It's not like they want bringing it to their house. When these folks sit up and say, my son, and let me see that, I know they lying. He did an interview with Wicked Films, Country Black Son. Crunchy Black Son. Okay. Well, I'm glad that he did. So Wicked. So Crunchy Black did a interview with Wicked. Let me see. I like Wicked. They need to make Wicked the next Vlad or something. They let Vlad be a damn culture vulture. Let me see. Wicked Films. WIKIDFILMS. Oh, so Beezer Boy is Crunchy. Is that Beezer Boy? Is Beezer Boy the one that was killed? Oh Lord Jesus. I don't know where my head at. Was he the one that was shot? I'm looking right at him. He wasn't killed.
Into it, bro. Into it. So I clicked on
I'm trying to see how it look.
This morning.
Do he look like his dad?
You know, so I'm running this car show. I'm gonna meet y'all out.
Thank you, Watch Me.
Type of time. Yeah. How old you, bro? I'm 26. Right? Some of y'all like you 26. If I ain't feeling I ain't squad. They get they pride too high. Nah, for sure, cause
He probably did that interview with Wicked before that, because he was just shot the other night though, right? Crunchy Son is a Brett gang. Oh wow. I got to say this, and Moneybag need to do something. Cause it seemed like to me a lot of them little dudes around Moneybag has been losing their lives. That's how it seems, or that lives have been attempted or something. It usually starts at the head. I don't know what Moneybag is doing, but whatever he's doing, he needs to change it, because he's getting these folks' sons killed. And it ain't enough to say, well, if they kill him, I'm gonna go ride and take somebody out. No, don't take that ain't good enough. Let whatever it is that these dudes are into that's around Moneybag need to reverse that. He got them little dudes out there spinning. That's what I think. These folks are losing their children. Moneybag in his 30s. He's not a spring chicken. So he knows better. 26 years old. Lord Jesus, that's a baby. Hey, Demon. Hey, Miss Michelle. Rest in peace, Young Dolph was in here. I'm gonna get ready to. I'm gonna see if I can get him on Instagram. He said it's hard being an actor that young. 26, yeah. Those little dudes, 26 and 20 and 21, these dudes, dying in their 20s. That's hurtful. They have not even lived life. You don't really start to get a concept of what life really is, or really your mindset don't start to change until you probably get into you going over into your mid-30s or something like that. Rest in peace, young dog. What's going on? Give us an update. I had just asked. They said Crunchy Black Son is up. He's doing better. Monty, you got Instagram? Yeah, I got Instagram. Child, I got Instagram. I logs in and logs out. Jeff Lee said until age 50. Hey, some people don't get a foothold until they're in their 50s. Watch Me says you're right, because I'm 40. I'm telling you, I start thinking about, like, when people talk about they wish they was young and all of that. I don't want to go back to my 20s. In my 30s, I had just started trying to figure out who I really was. I had a lot of opportunities, but still I was still trying to figure out what it's a lot of stuff I fumbled. And I think that happens because you still trying to figure out who you are. And like now in my 40s, I'm just as content and happy. And the only thing about, like, when you start to get older, when you get in your 40s, you start losing people that you really love. And you start thinking about, dog, I've spent like my 20s and my 30s trying to figure out who I am, running, doing this, and that. It's like I missed a lifetime I wish I could have just spent every moment with the people that I loved. But the good thing about my dad and I is that me and my dad spent a lot of time together. I got a lot of memories. My dad and I were business partners. We spent a lot of time together. For the last 10 years, we talked every single day. Moneybag came on Andrew Martinez's show about his baby mama being deleted. What about dog children and family members? I agree, Michelle. Too much going on. Crunchy Black Son want to worry about an interview than his friend life, and y'all know I got to go. All right. So the Crunchy Black Son that did the interview on Wicked, is that the young man that was shot, or does Crunchy Black have another son? All right, and they trip and fall into the grave. Me too, Watch Me. I thank God every single day. These killers are psychopaths, and they feed off each other's energy. They get a feeling of exhilaration, and they kill someone. This is why they have to brag about. It's sad. It's like they get it's almost like they got that vampirish, devilish energy. They be all happy and screaming and jumping up and down like they got a rush because they took a human being's life, somebody's child, a child of God. Number one, because it's not their child to take. A child that somebody's birth, somebody's father, somebody's mother. That's sick. Because they've been trying to talk about Grove. Y'all know him, and Teasy got into it in person. No, what happened with that? Send it to me. Send it to me in a message. Send that to me in a message. Wow, that's what's up. Fathers are important in a daughter's life. How in the hell was Grove and Teasy even in each other's space? That's what I'm trying to figure out. How was they in each other's space? I'm about to get some water for this. Oh, hold on. Okay, you guys, I'm back. Hold on. Yes, that's who got shot. Did an interview less than 48. Oh, so that's the one that got shot. Okay. Miss T Crunchy Black's son and friend was shot. His friend died. Crunchy Black's son got hit 3 times and did an interview 2 days later. Rest in peace, young dog. Tez was in Grove. He wrote Space. Ninjas don't care about nothing. Rest in peace, young dog says he pulled up on Grove. I'm gonna tell y'all about it. Only reason in speaking on it, Kamisha wants to go around texting folks about Pre, so I'm putting everything out. Ooh. Ooh. Oh wow. Yeah, Icelandic water is so freaking good. Kamisha going down with them all. She wanted to speak on Daddy O, right? Saying Dolph needed her sons around for one. Dolph only had her son around because he ain't have nowhere to go. So Dolph felt bad for him, never for no protection. Oh wow. What she say about Daddy O? What did she say about Daddy O? Um. Oh, hold on. Let me read this. Daddy, yo, just gonna sit around and do business. He ain't gonna do shit to her or quit. Just crazy talk. Mind you, she was texting this to some fans. She just was talking reckless, like she wasn't on Doc's set. So she's uh oh wow. So her and Quet still friends? People can She was saying a lot of stuff regarding the case, and all she admitted, straight drop came to her house before he killed Doll, and all, and yes, basically acting like somebody worried about her or quit. And all she admitted, straight drop. Oh wow. I wonder what made her admit that. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, y'all. Rest in peace, young dog. Was she saying that online? She was saying a lot of stuff regarding the case, and all she admitted. Okay, came to her. Was she saying that online? I bet Straight Drop was on that phone communicating with her. Oh, I can't wait to. I can't. Hmm. They probably have to subpoena some of that stuff he deleted from the company. I think it takes like a month to get it. You know, after they delete the stuff on their phones, the police have to subpoena it from the company. I'm sure her name is in every discovery. If not, it'll surprise me. Hmm. Me too at DCAT, and truly hate to talk down on females, but she is very evil. Rest in peace, Young Dog. Where was she talk about this at? Was she doing this on social media? She was texting somebody else this, and I don't know why, but it's slow because why say the guard was being paid to give straight drop phones every 2 weeks? Oh. Mm. But they said that she had didn't they say that she had an inappropriate relationship with Straight Drop? Was that on the news or did somebody tell me? I don't know. I might be thinking about something else. I don't take that at face value because I can't remember. I don't know. I don't know why I said that. She was texting somebody else and this and I don't know. I can't stand a ratchet chick. You know how when a fan texts somebody, she got texted and started talking crazy, saying all type of stuff. Oh, so that's what it was. So she basically put it on record. Wow, she put it on record. Um, I tell you, right. I just can't wait for a lot of this stuff to come out and for a lot of people to go down, but they can just know it's not sweet. It's definitely not sweet. Ain't no telling how long they knew Straight Drop had that phone. Ain't no telling how long they knew. Mm-hmm. That officer may be what really breaks the silence of who is the financier of this entire debacle. You got that right. I'm telling you, you got that right. Mm-mm-mm. It must be the grand finale. Everybody posting. I'm telling you, it's some people running scared. They need to be. They need to be running scared, but they did it to themselves. Hold on. I've been seeing Jizzle and Kenny Money been popping out. They've been doing the darn thing. I see Kenny Money and Jizzle in New York. They running and they in New York. That's why Cypress said he was going to be in the house. Cypress sure said he was going to be in the house. He's going to Bible study and in the house. Let him keep talking and revealing stuff. It makes my day. So rest in peace, Young Dolph. Who is Little Migos beefing with? Because he mad at somebody. Oh, you say he mad at Jizzle? He said the way they praise and bag is hilarious. Y'all, oh, Lord have mercy. I think he said Lil Migos is mad at CEO Jizzle. I think that's what he said. Of course he is. That's right. He mad. He been mad at CEO Jizzle though. Tam 08. They say his face is stuffed. Lord have mercy. He is Migo childish youngster to youngster supposed to be having his gone ain't did it yet. He looks like the Chucky dog. oh, oh Lord. Boy gonna need liposuction on his. I wonder if he went and got the cheek. You know they get the cheek implants, don't it? They need to stop going to them damn doctors and mess with their faces. They all look alike, look like cats. And Lord, they need to do something about them plaits in their head, because it look like cats been licking on their hair. These folks, oh Lord, I said I was gonna be good today. His eyes are black darkness, empty. Then I hope Beezer Boy Black them don't get back, because he told it all on the interview already with Wicked, saying that get. So who shot him? So who shot him? Who are they into it with? Um. Wow. So who is Beezer Boy into it with? Who shot them? Who did that? Hey, Miss Diane. Tamara, I always say I'm going to be good. Then I see or hear something stupid ish, and my little horns come out. I'm telling you, me too. That's a good question. I believe it was behind bag them personally. Oh, I see. That's what I was saying. Moneybag getting these little boys killed or shot at or something. He, hmm. I was going to say he need to calm him down, but he can't calm him down if he the one sending them out. Let's see if I'm logged into Instagram on my computer. I don't think I am. Oh, I am. For the land of the free. Hold on, you guys. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, you guys.
You hear me? But it gonna be the best car show in the world. I say hosted by Armadillo, hosted by the Dillo, hosted by the Dillo. Yeah, keep it on the D-Lo. It's hosted by the D-Lo. Yeah, so y'all make sure y'all get y'all tickets and make sure you put some exclusive cars in there because I don't want to see no regular ass cars. I don't want to see no regular ass cars because I'm gonna be on your ass. You're dead. Right back out. Oh, he his favorite spot. Look at his ass. He think he Michael Jordan. Look at his ass. Oh wait. You know when I come back, you know where he gotta come to. So
The Grove Hero doing his thing. Those cat bloggers, how do they have so many subscribers is mind boggling. Mag doesn't. No, he don't believe that, but he's sure gonna have to. Yeah, it's hot outside. It's that's a faint weather, passing out weather. They're probably paying him. Hmm. Yes, indeed. I almost fainted yesterday at cousin mother. I'm telling you, it's hot as hell. It is hot as hell. You guys, make sure y'all hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like. Let me see how many likes we got. Because I don't know. I sure don't know. I haven't even been looking. Okay, we got 66 likes. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Oh Lord. Let's see what Kenny Money and them got going on.
I'm pulling up 30 racks on my beat and I get to speed walk. How wall what I talk, these little niggas just get shit from a dog.
Well, try to pour it. Hey, do the little sound. Do the little New York sound. Pick up now. We outside. What the fuck going on? You what the fuck?
They really got rap on this shit, not a
Talk of the town. So he was in New York to do an interview. I'm happy they're doing well. Mm. His stuff is pre-business. They bumping stuff in pre-music car here. Cars be bumping them. Wow, that's awesome. Like I said, I'm happy to see them doing good. I hope they got the right type of security around them because, when you start going up, that's when people want to take you out. They don't like to see you doing good. They get real jealous. They'll try to say it's something else when it's jealousy is at the root of it. That's how it is. Same in the 512. Where you at in San Antonio? Is 512 San Antonio? Are you in Austin? You know what? They used to say Austin used to be the best place to go and thrive. And at one time it was Dallas. We know it's not like that now. And then they said it was Austin. Are they still thriving? Are there still a lot of jobs? And well, since Biden been in office, it ain't a lot of nothing. It ain't even a lot of food. Mm. Heck yes, jobs everywhere. Sure ain't he not even in Delaware. How far is Delaware from New York? Delaware is not that far from New York. I guess Delaware is close to Philly. Am I right? Delaware is close to Philadelphia. I wish I could do some type of tour. I'm going to try to think of a way that I could do a tour. I love to put stuff together. A book tour. Of course, I'm not an author, but I found a way to put something together. A few hours. Okay. What is Delaware? What food is Delaware known for? You know, like Chicago is known for their hot dogs. Memphis is known for the ribs. New York is known for their pizzas. What is Delaware known for? You guys hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Child, the last ones to end. She said the last ones to end slavery. Lord have mercy. I need some good Mexican food and good fish. It's too hot today, but it would have been a good day to well, if it wasn't so hot. Grill some good old fish. Season real good. Or to grill some good old hamburger. Steak. Because I did buy some a little thing of hamburger patties. She said Texas ain't it. I know it's hot as hell in Texas. If it's 91 around our area, it's probably 200 around Texas. Delaware known for crabs, chickens, and their famous hot dogs. Oh. Crab, chicken, and their famous hot dog. Delaware is known for seafood. I'm going to tell y'all a place that I want to visit. I've always wanted to visit. I want to take a vacation there, and I don't even know why. And I've never been. I would love to take a vacation to Rhode Island. I would love to take a vacation to Rhode Island. There's this private investigator. He, as a matter of fact, he be on my page sometimes. This white guy. He's from out of Maine. Oh, he's the bomb. Oh, he is the bomb. And he always said, "Why don't you come, visit Maine?" He said, "It's just when he showed pictures and stuff. I mean, his setup is very beautiful. Like it's very beautiful, but it be cold in those areas a lot." Yeah, the chicken factories. No, Maryland is known for crabs. King Deshaun says, "Now I'm hungry." I know, like Rhode Island and all those places, they're known for their crabs, their crab legs, and all of that. It's the seafood. I hear the water is really salty. The food be really salty. Well, the water that it comes out of. Too hot to eat. Let me see. Somebody sent me a video. Almost tickled me to death. I gotta hold on. It almost tickled me. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I guess I'm gonna have to pull it up this way. Hold on. Yeah, when I saw this, I died. I promise y'all I did. When I saw it, I died. It tickled me so bad, it was ridiculous.
Can you believe that?
What?
Eric, they stole 21 cars. Can you believe that?
What? 21 cars? What? They could have gave me a car. 21 cars? What they gonna do? How they gonna drive 21
At
cars?
once.
Right. That's crazy. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. I've been telling these folks, man, you need to get your life together. 21 cars? Where you gonna park all them cars at? You can't do it. I don't know what's going on with these folks. These folks need to get themselves together out here. It's too hot to be driving 21 cars. You know what I'm saying? That's too much gas money. How you gonna use all them cars? That's crazy. I hope they find them 21 cars though.
Yeah, he mad. Your ex, he mad. He big mad. And I know exactly why he mad. You know, during the relationship.
I'm gonna tell you something. The way he was looking, Lord, I hope he didn't steal one of them. He said they could have gave me one of them cars. He wanted one of them stolen. He said it's too hot to be driving 21 cars. Then he'll say that what? They could have gave me one of them cars. They were stolen cars. The way his eyes was looking, I hope he wasn't one of the ones that stole one of them 21 cars. That was in Memphis. Oh my God. 21 cars in the same day at the same place. Let's see. They stole those cars. Did y'all see his eyes? He looked like he did it. Lord have mercy. The guy looked like he did it. Hold on. Y'all, he looked like he did it, y'all. Hold on.
Eric, they stole 21 cars. Can you believe that?
What? 21 cars? What? They could have gave me a car. 21 cars? What they gonna do? How they gonna drive 21
At
cars?
once.
Right. That's crazy. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. I've been telling these folks, man, you need to get your life together. 21 cars? Where you gonna park all them cars at? You can't do it. I don't know what's going on with these folks. These folks need to get themselves together out here. It's too hot to be driving 21 cars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's too much gas money. How you gonna use all them cars? That's crazy.
Oh.
I hope they find them 21 cars though.
When he said that, he looked like them motherfuckers will never find that. We done sold them. Oh my God. Lord, they sold them. They stole them from the auction. How they steal cars from the auction? Oh, Lord Jesus. At least he didn't self-snitch. He said, "Did you saw his eyes when he said, well, I hope they find them 21 cars, though, like they'll never find them." Got in and drove off. Lord have mercy. I wonder, was it the police auction? Them drug dealers went over there. They bad now. They probably went over there and got their cars. A lot of those cars that been at the auction, they see some from drug dealers. They probably paid some of the little dudes to go over there and get their car back, child. That's all that happened. Got in and drove off. He said they could have gave me one. It's too hot to be driving 21 cars. Strong arm them people 21 cars and facts. Yeah, they bold. I'm telling you. These dudes and stuff on this fentanyl and heroin, they don't have any feelings about nothing. They become very barbaric. Lord have mercy. So, y'all, we're going to have our first book club meeting next week. Next Friday, going to be our first book club meeting, and we're all going to discuss books and what will be our first book. I kind of got a book that I would like to be our first book. It's not a thick book, simply because I want to get attorney Stacy she's going to be a guest in the members, and she's going to talk about financial freedom. She's not charging anything. She's not trying to get you to retain her. Stacy is an attorney that has worked in criminal law, bankruptcy law, and she's worked in probate law. And she said God told her to give back. And the way that she's been giving back is telling especially our people, about how to become financially free. She said a lot of people feel like they need to go pay credit counselors, or they need to go pay this person or that person, when you can help to make yourself debt free if you know what to do. And she said God told her to use her expertise to tell people how to become financially liberated. So I am going to have her. She is a practicing attorney, and she has agreed to be our first guest, so that y'all can ask her questions, so that she could talk, so y'all can ask her all kinds of questions as it relates to this. Because not y'all in here, but somebody come in and say, my son locked up, and I want to know if you could give me some advice on what I need to do about that. Not that. Simply about financial freedom and things of that nature, what you could do if you are financially in debt and things of that nature. She's given free advice, and that will be for the members. There's a book though that I would like for I'm going to talk about that Friday, and it's a small book for us to read, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to talk about it. So I just want the book club to be fun. I want it to be educational, but everything that we do, I want it to always be educational. We can apply it to our life to help to make us better. We can all grow together, right? Because I think the majority of us have the same goals and things of that nature. And then I don't know, then we could start planning trips and stuff. I think that would be good once we, start like fun stuff for the book club. That's what I was thinking. I was like, a tour. I think it would be good to do a tour, the book club to do a tour, where we traveled, like we get it. I'll talk more about that. I don't give all my ideas out, but I think it's going to be awesome. Now, this is like right down my alley. I am such a freaking nerd. A lot of people don't know that, but I am such a nerd. It is. It's going to be fun. Oh my God, it is. Oh my God, I could feel that it is going to be fun. That's my type of stuff. I wish I could have gone to New York this year, because I would love to go to New York and be shopping. New York got that 9 West outlet store. But the last time I was there, their shoes, the outlet store, their 9 West outlet store has a lot of beautiful shoes, but they're irregular. But all you have to do is just buy a size up, Somebody going to catch them slipping one day. It's sad in Memphis, period. Yeah. It is sad in Memphis, Tashawn. It really is. That's why I say there has to be new leadership. That's the reason. That's what prompted me to do that. It needs to be new leadership, or leadership that we've had before that was effective. Most people that are effective, somehow they find a way to make them look like they're the problem. I already know. Now, the new mayor, everybody that's running for mayor has already said that they're going to pay CJ Davis out of her contract, because I think she has a 5-year contract, which means that she would have to stay a year longer, or they could pay her out of it and relieve her. So I think they're going to pay. CJ Davis ain't even been in her house that long. I wonder if she still got her house in Atlanta, wherever she was living at. Probably do. I wouldn't be surprised if the city wasn't paying for the house that she's living in right now. But she'll probably go back to Atlanta to her regular home, because they're going to pay her out of her contract. And everybody that's running that said they're going to get a new mayor. A new police chief, except for one person. And they're going to bring in a new police chief. Like I said, I wish that they would bring Michael Rollins back. I would love for him to be the police chief again. Because Mike is awesome. I think that he could have did a lot more if they had given him the opportunity to, or bring in somebody that is just as effective. You are already because you are a member at Snoozy K. Right, Snoozy, you're already a member. Yeah. I, you know what, new to you? They probably, oh my God, they would probably tell some. They would try to tarnish my name to the people because I'll be letting it rip. I just tell it like it is. But if I did, I remember my dad had said to me that he was preparing me to run for something. I think I entertained it when my dad was alive because my dad had so wanted to groom me to run for office. My dad and a couple of his colleagues, but since he's not here anymore, I don't know, because like a lot of the stuff that I did, even like I fight anyways though, but like a lot of the stuff that I did, me and my dad did it together. Sometimes I would just be the one on my show. But it's like now that, but I always knew that he had my back. Like I knew that my dad would never turn on me. Like with other people, they flip flop. You don't ever know what angle they coming from. They say they have your back and then they'll flip flop for whatever reason. But I knew my dad would have been a solid foundation. He would have had my back no matter what. So I don't know. With other politicians, they're so you don't never know you don't never know what they got going on. Some they probably can be bought out for a strawberry. Hey, Antonio. Yep, snaky vibes. I'm telling you. I wanted to show you guys something. As a matter of fact, let me show it to you all. I have, yeah, I'm gonna show it to you guys because I said I was gonna do it anyways. So I'm gonna show it to you all. I can't show the whole thing because I get emotional, but I'm going to let me see if I can find it because I did download it, I think. Hold on, guys. Hold on, you guys. I think I got it. Let me see if I can pull it up. I think I can, but I have been wanting to show you guys this. I'm gonna show it to you. Let me see. Hell, I be forgetting how to pull this stuff up. I may be able to share it. I may be able to. I may not. Now we offer you praise, worship your name. Hold on, y'all. I don't know how to work it. Okay, I work it like this. Hold on. Okay, this is the way it goes, you guys. Okay. It's a video I did for my dad for um it's a video I did in remembrance of my dad at his funeral, right? I have been wanting to show it to you all, but I was so emotional, so I'm gonna show part of it too. I would show the rest of it, but it gets too emotional. Cohen, the Nicole girl, the very first one, girl with Afro and info in her window. Rest in peace, young dog. True Results just posted that about witness. What happened, y'all? What I missed? Yeah, my dad was a very big advocate for unions. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Now, what happened? I missed it. Somebody said something about a witness. What happened to the witness in Young Dog's case? Ain't nobody killed her, did it? What happened? Was he the only brother with all those sisters? No, he had two other brothers, or he's got two other brothers. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I will go door to door for you for votes for a park district position. Let's do it. Hey, I sure give you one. Oh, absolutely. Thanks, Demon. Now, what's going on with the witness? I missed it. I'm trying to scroll back up to the comments to see what I missed. Y'all, what happened? the girl that said that they killed Dolph was killed. Oh my God! The girl they saying the lady who was recorded saying Dolph dead got killed. Who reported that? Who said that? It depends on what channel it came from. Thank you, who done it. Hey, Gina, Bina. If they say who channel that came from, I hope it's not true, but mm, I, mm. What was the girl's name? Because I could know if it's true or not. I bet it's not true. Now you offer grace, worship your name. I'm looking for the article now. I do see where it says a lady was killed and her name Keosha. Something like that. Somebody send me a picture of that young lady. If y'all can find a picture of her, send it to me. And I'll be able to tell y'all if she's dead or not. It might not be her. Granddaughter, mom, they friends. I think that was her name at Rest in Peace, Young Dog. Well, I mean, they had their vloggers working overtime, trying to find those people. Because what happens is when you put a person picture up and say, if you know this person, people are going to people that know that person gonna say, yeah, I know that person. That's her name. They have vloggers doing that. Some of these vloggers gonna be looking at death penalties. That's the reason why they don't never need to see the light of day no more. I don't know somebody send me a picture of her. I have to see if it's true first. Because I don't know if that's true. Now we offer you praise, worship your name, words in our hearts, glory proclaim. Tam, the one who said, Dolph dead, y'all, Dolph dead, and she not a witness. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I hope not. I hope the young lady is not. Are they saying she died in a car wreck? Y'all say they saying she died in a car wreck or something? Did somebody say she died in a car wreck? Yeah. Hold on. I was trying to see if um okay, you guys, I'm back. Y'all, who's saying that that young lady is deceased? I would like to know what channel is saying that. Miss T, she was the one that said she was at the store with her kids when they started shooting. She's the one said it was two Carlos pulled. Yeah, okay, I remember. Are they saying what happened to her? The only thing I could see is a post from 3 days ago. I just saw somebody say it in the comments, and I went and looked and saw where a lady actually did get shot today. Oh, True Results said it. Mm. Oh, okay. Hmm. She alive? Okay. No, no one I know has confirmed it. Are they saying what are they saying what supposedly happened to her? Oh, okay, you're asking. Okay. Hmm. Oh well. I hope not. I hope nothing has happened to the young lady. No, let me see if REG is reporting anything. Let's see. It says 4 injured in Whitehaven and 3 victims was taken to a regional one in non-critical, and police say one victim refused treatment. So that was no one died in that. It was a hit and run. Uh, I don't think that's it. Hmm. Lord, they say an MPD officer watched a man in stolen car rob 3 people. Lord Jesus Christ, what is this world done come to? Whew, child. It was on Prescott. On Prescott, you're saying that it happened on Prescott? Hold on. Friday in a cove off of Prescott. Hold on, let me go back. Happened Friday in. I don't see it. I'm looking at. Let me look for it on another news channel. Channel 5. Okay, Channel 5. Okay. I don't see it. Oh, okay, wait a minute. I might be done found it. It says the Memphis police is investigating a shooting that left one woman dead around 10:41 a.m. Officers responded to a call regarding a shooting that took place near Proctor Drive and Prescott Road. When officers arrived on the scene, they discovered a female victim that was wounded by a gunshot. The woman was transported to a nearby hospital where she later died. Um, They didn't say what her name was. The headlines say one. I found it, but they didn't say what her name was, though. Yeah, they didn't put her name in it. Whew, Lord have mercy. Yeah, Memphis needs new leadership for real. I'm telling you. I hope not. Um, but they didn't say a name. Um, so who said that it was her? Because they didn't say a name. They didn't give an age or nothing. Oh, hold on. Let me check something. My email. Somebody came in the comments. Did they? What did they say her name was? Rest in peace, young doll. What was her name? I can't think of her name. Okay. I got it, boss. I hear you, boss lady. Okay. Yeah, I was just reading your email. Hmm. Well, I hope that's not true. I do. I haven't been able to confirm it yet, but I hope that it's not true. Just because she had a little baby, I hope that it's not true. If somebody targeted her, she is a woman. These folks is really sick, and it's still not going to help anything. I'm gonna tell you what these people are doing. If this had anything to do with the young dog situation, and folks call themselves taking out witnesses and things of that nature, the only thing they're doing is ensuring, and the people that's on the outside that's doing it is ensuring that they get the death penalty, that they go to the electric chair. That they are ensuring that. I believe they did say her name was Keosha James. Keosha James. Keosha James. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I don't know, y'all. I don't even know if that's her name. Um, uh, I can't get it verified, but just log back in. Boss lady, just log back in. Is it still happening? Yeah, I hope it's not true. They saying somebody in True Results chat said it. Hmm. I hope not. Lord knows I hope not. I hope that's not true. I don't know what to do about it, that boss lady. Hmm. Hey, the Remy mama. Hi there, Remy mama. Yes, hi there, Remy mama. We gonna walk it today, girl. We going walking around the lake today, girl. I don't know what to do about it. I hope it's not true. I hope it's not true either, you guys. That would just be so terrible. You know, I get to think the first thing that came to my mind, and I don't know if it's true, so I'm gonna wait until I get some confirmation. It's funny they didn't put no name or nothing out. They didn't put no name. They didn't go into detail. So, I mean, that it do kind of seem weird. You know, that's bothersome. And then the fact that Straight Drop had that phone, um, the fact that Straight Drop had that phone in the jail, and the fact that they was out in the damn bushes in the woods, it just y'all know I have all kind of thoughts going through my darn head. But I hope I'm being paranoid. Lord have mercy. Because you know they've been able to look at those discoveries and see names now of witnesses. Their attorneys have. I'm sure they have too. Yeah, I tell you. Now we offer you praise, worship your name. Yeah, this is a crucial time because people are running scared, but what they don't understand is they really just getting themselves tied up in more stuff. They just getting themselves tied up in more stuff if they think that they could be killing people. I knew like around the time when Young Dolph was first assassinated, people was running scared because they didn't even realize that the police already knew had a lot of information. And now they're running scared again. They've seen some of those discoveries and things of that nature. They're trying to get at witnesses. That's sad. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to go. Oh, it's time for it's I was thinking about doing something, even with the book club, like trying something else also, like on like Wednesday. Well, I go to Bible study myself on Wednesdays. Um, I don't know, like 30 minutes of prayer or something that we could all do in the members. Um, they think they can scare them folks from testifying. Right. Whew, Lord Jesus. hope not. I really hope not. I'm gonna figure it out though. I'm gonna know. I love her. I love her. I love her. I love her so much. I love her so much. I love her so much. We need to double down in prayer. Yes, we do. We need to definitely double down in prayer. That's why, as y'all noticed, when Crunchy Black Son did that interview, he said Crunchy ain't check on him, but ain't say why Crunchy don't like his son around Brett Gang and CMG affiliates. Oh wow. Mm, that's very bothersome because it seems to me that if that's true, that young lady was targeted from the very beginning. They was trying to find her from the very beginning. I want some of these, and I'm getting ready to be serious now. I'm being serious, and then what I'm gonna do is, because you know, I'm being serious, and I got to say this too, because I know quite a few people be in the bushes, and they be from other channels. But what I do want to say is, I want for some of these people to not allow some of these folks from other channels to send them out and get them caught up in this debacle. Okay. Because some people want to fit in and they feel like, this is us, we're all a part of this, and my job is just to troll. But these folks are sending you out because they got a job to do. Don't let people get you caught up in this debacle, because this Dolph situation is a cesspool. And I wouldn't let nobody affiliate me with attacking anybody. Okay? Or looking for anybody. Okay? And I got to thinking about my aunties. I put my aunties up, and I'm going to have to call my aunts and tell them, if anybody is sent out to go down there to 201 Poplar and put up a picture or say, well, I'm looking for this person, I'm gonna let them know to if that happens, because they're not gonna do it, they'll send somebody else out to do it, that they are a threat and they need to be arrested immediately, and they need to let the other investigators be on, let them know. If they walk up in there and they get to hollering about a picture or Young Dolph's case, arrest them immediately, because somebody off the internet sent them. They are a threat to them. Don't let them walk out. Take them right on to jail east, because it's probably going to be a woman, since they want to fit in so bad. Yes, allegedly she went into hiding. I think that's why he said he survived all these months. Oh, wow. I want to ask him about his shooting. I hope that's not true, though. I hope it's not true. But they didn't give a lot of information on they didn't give a whole lot of information. As a matter of fact, they didn't give any information. I hope it's not true. I hope it's not. Yeah, it's sickening. It is. These folks is sick. If they go and do these crimes and then they go and ruin other people's lives because they too scared to go do the time, they're gonna have to give them the death penalty. Okay. It's like the story of Julius Caesar. I saw that Mr. Petty said Jay Fizzle went live playing a song and said free straight drop. That's Dolph's cousin. So I was like, that's a mess. Everyone here looking for the guys that shot up the car and killed a 4-year-old. I would be surprised they make it to jail. Wow. You know, their mentality is now that if it was their ops child, then they be bragging about that. Yeah, he had his MF and son in the car. His son is an op too. His son won before we took his son out. These folks is sick. They got to go to the death chair. And then once they gang members and stuff, because see, one thing about them, they have a false sense of who they really are. They got guns, but they have to go in the gun shop and steal the damn bullets. They can't go up against the government. Okay, if we start getting quiet and start letting them do what is necessary to protect the communities, they'll sit their asses down. But they so used to black women, to include myself, screaming on every rooftop, we can't let them kill our sons, we can't let them kill our men. But look at what these little son bitches doing. So if we get quiet and start letting them send them up the lake, up the river, they start going to trial, sentencing them to death. Some of them other gang members start seeing how many actually getting convicted and going doing, getting the death penalty, and then not sitting on death row for no 25 years. They actually go ahead and put them in that chair and frying their asses. In about 4 or 5 years, y'all gonna see this crime gonna turn around. When one of them OGs say, "Will you go commit a hit?" They brain gonna be fried. They could been to smoke some meth, some heroin, crack, and cocaine, and all on top of it at the same time. They're gonna tell that OG, "Go F yourself," because they're not gonna want to go to that death chair. It just ain't no consequences at this point. But Steve Mulroy is changing that, because he sure said we get ready to start utilizing the death penalty. And I'm sure it ain't going to be hard to get a conviction on that, especially if they get the right kind of jury. But everybody is affected at this point in Memphis and Shelby County. They can get some black folks up in there and they will agree with it. I was getting ready to see something. Let's see. Right, killing women and children is not gangster at all. I mean, that's just sick. Lord have mercy. If they really kill her, they kill her for nothing. Or because she said she saw two cars. Yeah, they killed her for nothing. If that happened. Hey, that dude. Real gangsters always keep the women and children. Right. They always keep the women and children out of street business. Men don't have time to be bothered with no women. Not women mess. It's just funny how after the meeting in the woods, Drop gets busted. Ain't no telling how long they had been letting him keep that phone just to see what was going on. I tell you, I hate that. I hope not. We don't know if it's any truth to it. We don't know if it's true. Somebody just made a statement. Carl Anderson says he was set up with the phone. You think so, Carl? So when you say he was set up, you what you mean by he was set up? You think that what you mean when you say you think he was set up? Now we offer you praise, worship your name. Words in our hearts, glory proclaim. They lying like they went to the Wheels for a Head party. Police want information. Probably so, because he's slow. Miss T, you need prices for people to advertise. That would be good. Yes, I do. I need prices for people to advertise. If I need to be, yeah. Yep, I do. I need prices for people to advertise. I need to start putting prices up or start putting my commercials in to let people know that they can advertise on both of my platforms. And no, he won't set up. He was going through with payments to get that phone paying every 2 weeks. He was going through with payments to get that phone paying every 2 weeks. Also, you're saying police want? So you're saying that the police planted the phone on him, Carl Anderson? You think you saying you think the police planted the phone on him to try to make him talk? Hurry back, Capricorn. Like I said, it's going to have to be some better leadership in Memphis. They're going to have to bring back some old leadership that that was effective, or get some new leadership that's going to be effective. He said not playing it, but playing both sides. Oh, I see what you're saying. Is Jeff Lee still in here? Who do you all think would be? Who do y'all think would be a good Memphis police chief? Who do y'all think would be a good Memphis police director for the Memphis Police Department? It's got to be a strong police chief and a strong mayor. Okay, and the mayor, the police chief, and the district attorney gonna have to all be on one accord, and a strong sheriff. Along with the judges, everybody got to be on one accord. Yeah, I think Mike Rollins would be an awesome police chief if he had. Mike got just the right type of personality and firmness. He would be an awesome police chief. He was an awesome police chief anyway, but Jim Strickland didn't let Mike do his job. If Mike could have like Harrington as the mayor, or maybe Joe Brown as the mayor, or somebody else that's strong, that believes in law and order, Mike would be the right police chief. I love Mike. I want him to go back anyways. Miss T, you would be good for chief. You think so, Miss Martha? By Capricorn says she wants Harrington back. I saw him and I said, we need you back. And he said, we need Jesus. I like Chief Rollins a lot. Yeah, I like Chief Rollins a lot. Director Rollins. I love Mike. You guys, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the like button. I want to say you too. You would stand taller than CJ. Oh my God, we would be having knockout dragouts in in City Hall. You you talk about Caroline? I don't know about Caroline. When I was working in felony response, I mean Caroline was cool. Me and her didn't have the best relationship, but she was okay. But I don't think she'll be a good police chief. Susie Cake says that's what they need. Well, I'm not gonna say that. Maybe she could be a police chief. She just don't need to be the police director. How about that? But if God wants her to do it, then I'm not going to speak that into the atmosphere that she couldn't be because she's been there for a long time or whatever. But I don't know about Caroline. Well, let me close my mouth. I ain't got nothing against Caroline. We just didn't have the best relationship. I was saying her because of her well, yeah. Yeah. We never had any problems or nothing. We just didn't have the best relationship. Um hmm. Back Capricorn. Hello? She didn't ask me. No, she didn't. I'm on look, I'm gonna call you back. I get sick of my daughters thinking they my mama. Oh, Jeff said that that's his cousin. Okay. Jeff, do you think she'll be a good police director? Jeff said no, a good assistant. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Good as an assistant, but no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Um, Caroline, okay. She all right. Yep. Anyways. I worked around Caroline. I saw how her personality was. We worked in the same office. Is she connected to CMG? She might. If Gotti, Caroline has been on the police department a long time. If Gotti has an auntie that's on the police department, she might be friends with her. You know, they might used to ride together or something like that. You never know. But Caroline been there long enough to know how they get down when there's some corruption going on. She's seen how many officers have been taken down while she was there for that. No, I'm not saying that she's doing anything corrupt. I know I'm definitely not saying that. Because I don't believe that Caroline is doing as it relates to Young Dog's case. I don't believe that Caroline ever did anything corrupt. Because when they were saying that she was doing corrupt stuff, she wasn't even in homicides. She wasn't even over investigation. They just sent Caroline down there. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. We've been on here 3.5 hours, so I'm gonna get off because um I ain't hungry. I'm just getting ready to finish doing some stuff around the house um and that's it. That's it. And I'm gonna chill and look at a movie. And I'm happy to be able to do that because I gotta go back over to Arkansas tomorrow. So but my mom says I gotta go to church in the morning. It's tomorrow is the first Sunday of the month. So I promised my mother that I would make sure that I was at church. So um go to church. When I get out of church, I gotta go to Arkansas. I come home and chill out. Okay. All right, you guys. I enjoy being on here with you guys. I love you guys. Make sure y'all enjoy today. I'm gonna wait for the sun to go down so me and the rimster can take a few laps around the lake for some exercise. Did that man go to work you were telling? Yeah, he went to work. He went to work. I think his wife is paranoid, but hey, as long as she keep paying, it I guess it pays me for her to be paranoid. He went. Okay, you guys. Talk to you guys later. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Have a good day.